ओके, तो पहिलं कुठलं केस घ्यायचे? संकल्प, तू कुठले केसेस हँडल केलेले?
जे ग्रुपवर होते ऍक्च्युली 2 ते जे ग्रुपवर होते.
नाही, कुठले ते मला तर तसे आठवत नाही. पहिलं
ते सेम
एक बायोप्सी वाला
हा,
आणि आय गेस जॉब रिलेटेड एक होता.
कोणाचा जॉब? ते एक
फॉरेन
ती काय ते अक्षिता म्हणून एक जॉब होता आणि एक कुठलं दुसरं होतं. ते अक्षिता होतं का कुठे? नाही, ते दुसरं होतं.
आय
रिसेंटली
थिंक
2 ऍक्च्युली. एक सेकंड बघतो.
मीच बघतो, मला कळलं एक मिनिट.
द लास्ट टू तू पाठवले
अक्षिता जॉबचं घेतलं ते ना? हां
सांगते.
हां, ठीक आहे. ते अक्षिता जॉब, चल तेच घेऊया ते.
हो अक्षता. तर तू ह्यावेळी तुझं ते माऊस कसं मेन ह्याच्यावरती घ्यायचं चेक करतो प्लीज.
एक मिनिट, अजून शेअर नाही केलं. केस नंबर हे आता शेअर केलंय, दिसतंय?
हो शेअर केलेलं दिसतं व्हिडिओ रेकॉर्डिंग्स मध्ये.
माऊस
तर
दिसतोय?
हो इकडे दिसतोय पण युट्यूब मध्ये इट कम्स अप इन द स्मॉलर थंबनेल विंडो नॉट ऑन द मेन पिंड विंडो.
युट्यूब मध्ये हे पॅरलल दिसतं. बिग स्क्रीन इज ऑन द राईट ना?
हो बट दॅट इज अ स्टिल जस्ट अन इमेज आणि तुझं जे माऊस जे हलतोय गोज इन टू द स्मॉलर थंबनेल.
दॅट डझंट गेट रेकॉर्डेड. अच्छा, ते माहित नाही मला. काय बघायला पाहिजे.
आय थिंक कोणी यायचं बट एनिवे.
मानसी, तुझे एक पॉइंट्स या केसच्या बद्दल सांगतो. वी कॅन क्रॉस चेक इट. So this was a case. Basically, I'll tell you the background if you have not understood. This she's a young girl. She must be, I don't know, 30 or 35. So she had called up some time back. I think it was 3-4 days back. That one is that she's a teacher in one of the colleges, and she was wanting to change. So whether the change will be good, and whether she should take up a job instead of the teaching thing. So these were the questions which she was asking. Manasi, what are your points? You tell, and we can cross check it here.
ओके मी जनरली सगळे वाचायला बघते बट इट्स क्वाईट अ फ्यू पॉइंट्स. सो फर्स्टली द बायोप्सी आणि न्यू करिअर असे दोन आहेत अँड आय थिंक इट्स सेड न्यू करिअर इन फायनान्स तुझं द कॉमेंट देअर.
You are looking at the wrong chart only. You are not analyzing the Akshita job change. You are not done.
अक्षता सॉरी मी द बायोप्सीचं बघते सॉरी. अक्षताचं
In that case,
वेल so Akshita's, I mean, I started by thinking you can either look at house 12 or you can even look like sun planet. They both are change, new beginnings.
why 12?
House
Why 12?
house house 12 is also change. I didn't look at it as loss. I looked at it as a change.
House change is change for the person. You cannot take a job. It's a house kutla.
Jobs was 6, I think.
So 6 which
ते पण
are
मी कव्हर केलंय. जॉबचं पण मी कव्हर केलंय आणि Garuda's also in house 6 कव्हर केलंय मी.
so you read out the points because I could not read those points. You read out the points and we'll cross check it here.
Yeah, then can the script, if I start with house 12, then my script goes that way, so that may be tricky. But anyway, Venus is the lord of 6th lord and 11th lord. So 6th lord म्हणजे job, 11 म्हणजे इच्छापूर्ती,
अच्छा, 11th floor. 6th
gains in career. मग उदयम लॉर्ड Jupiter is seated in house 5, which could be like a promotion बी असं म्हटल्यासारखं.
नाही.
Jupiter is also 1st lord, 4th lord.
5 is what? 5 is basically 12 to the 6th, no? So change in the job.
12 to the 6th, yeah. Jupiter, 1st lord, 4th lord. So overall, the overall health, wealth, happiness, but also 4th lord is home, and then the 5th becomes one away from home. So moving away from home, foreign, I think, is on the charts, I think she said. Jupiter is basically sitting second to itself, so second to home, so away from home also. Jupiter is in the nakshatra of Venus. Venus again, as I said, 6th lord, 11th lord, so job and ichha purti, gains in career. Badhak lord is Mercury, which is in house 4, but it's debilitated. House 10 we can look at for career. Okay, 10th house lord is Mercury. Again, it's in house 4, debilitated. Snake is in 10th house, which can be confusion, but Rahu Ketu म्हणतो ना snake na, so Rahu can be foreign settlement, Ketu can be cut from home. Also 10H is R6, Rashi 6, so again job आहे तिकडे. Jupiterचा aspect आहे त्याला, 7th aspect. Then I've covered Ketu. Also natural Rashi's 10th Lord Saturn in Nakshatra of Ketu. Sorry, I already covered that. Yeah, Saturn is also income in career. Ketu is cut from home. Venus in Nakshatra, Mars is approaching Kavipu. Kavipu is about to catch Saturn in Nakshatra of Ketu. Bas. I mean, yeah. And then Sun in House 8, I've said new beginnings, major transformation. So maybe that could be that change in career going abroad. I'll let the others comment.
What are your observations of this? Unmute करते.
First of all, I looked at Udayam Lord. First of all, I looked at Udayam Lord Jupiter. So Jupiter is 5th, like one away from the home, basically. And second, I saw that the 12th Lord, like we are considering the foreign job, right?
No,
Like
it's a foreign job.
applying for a job for a foreign, like in foreign land.
म्हटलंय तुझ्या comment मध्ये in your blue font.
No, that is basically, no, that is my observation. It is not a question.
Okay. I thought like
That how you come to that foreign thing, that we'll come to that. Let's see if you can catch it without seeing my comments.
Okay. Then also when we see job, we see 10th house basically. So the 10th lord again is Mercury. So Mercury is debilitated basically. So the current job scenario looks weak basically. And then we also see the 6th house basically. So 6th lord is Mercury again.
Sixth lord is Mercury.
No,
Venus.
6th lord is Venus. Sorry, 6th lord is Venus, which is again revolving around the second, basically. And also later on, I saw that like I had a confusion between this Ketu and Saturn, but then I saw that the second lord Saturn is sitting there only, and Ketu is the detachment from there, basically.
संकल्पचं माझं similar lines वर आहे.
So, Shipra, did you try the case or you were not able to try it? You have not analyzed the case, no?
No, I have not.
So basically, see, what both of y'all have said is, I wouldn't say it is not correct, but y'all are going to goal. Basically, if you see, when you're talking about job, first thing that you should see is the 6th house. Okay? Identify the 6th house, identify where the 6th lord has gone. So 6th lord has gone and come to the second place, which is approaching the Udayam. So it is trying to tell you that, okay, the case is correct, something related to job is coming her way. Now job is the nakshatra of what? Mars. Mars is what? Mars is the 12th lord and the 5th lord. So if you say 5th is basically 12th to the 6th. So 12th change of job, and second to the home, going away from the home. It's not loss of home, it's going away from the home. Now in this same thing, 5, this Jupiter is also, Udayam Lord is also seated there. In the nakshatra of Venus, which becomes the 6th and the 11th Lord. Now one important thing over here is, basically Venus in Mars coming to Udayam, that itself is telling you a story that Venus, which is basically the 6th lord of job, Mars, which is 12th lord of change, and 5th lord of all these points that we said, is coming to the Udaya. It is also approaching the Ketu in the nakshatra of Sun, which happens to be the 9th lord, which is connected to Ketu, Saturn in the nakshatra of Ketu. So what is this trying to tell you? That the job is approaching Ketu, may something hidden about it. Sun, which is the 9th lord of Bhagya, 9th lord of Bhagya, and Sun itself is a new beginning. It is connecting to Saturn. Saturn is the 3rd lord, 2nd and 3rd lord, but 3rd lord of efforts. And Ketu,
Income in career.
that's okay. 3rd lord of effort, that she has to take that effort. In the nakshatra of Ketu, which is a cut or a detachment, and which is going now to the 12th house of change of foreign or whatever. So basically the hidden thing is in Red Indian language, job, 12th house foreign, going to Ketu, trying to tell you something hidden over there, connecting to Sun, name, fame, recognition, promotion, and also Bhagya in this case, coming to 3rd lord of effort, Ketu detach, 12th foreign. So if she takes, so this link itself is telling that if she takes a detachment, she goes away from the house or family or whatever, it is going to be good. Second thing is, if you see the 10th lord, which is Mercury, is seated in the 4th house of home. So basically it is saying that
Ability.
10th lord is in the home. So work, career is at home, but it is debilitated. So it is not good in the home. It is weak in the home. And basically Saturn can mean Stagit, or she will not get any promotion or anything over there. It is also the Badak lord. So it is going to cause obstacles. It is also the Hora lord. So it is trying to tell that just look at that Mercury and decide whatever it is. So basically, if this girl works in home or homeland or somewhere close to home, her job or her career is going to go down, because see, it's the 10th and the 7th one. 7th is also 10th from 10th, so that is also career. But now if you see here, this Badak house of 10th from 10th, which is career, has Mars over here. Mars is again that 5th and the 12th lord. And Mars, if you see here, it's in the nakshatra of Rahu. So what is it trying to tell you? The Badak, this house is a Badak, basically Mercury. So if this Mars is used as 12th, instead of loss, it is used as foreign. Instead of 5th, it is used as all these things which we discussed just now. In the nakshatra of Rahu, which is foreign, then it becomes a rectification for that. So that is why that foreign thing came up. It was not, she had not said, should I go abroad? She has never asked abroad. She just said that I want to change a job, either go to another college to teach or join a job. Foreign ka, it came from the analysis. So basically Mercury is the Hora. So Mercury, if you see, is the 10th and the 7th. So both connected to career. And where is that Hora Lord seated? It's in the 4th house of home, but it is debilitated. And it's in the nakshatra of Saturn. So some effort needs to be taken to make this stronger. Got a point? Okay. Should we take the next case? Next case you are taking is that that Rahul Mani case.
Yeah.
This case.
Yes.
Okay. So Sankalp, what have you said about this? Tell me.
First of all, I saw like the 8 trip connection, and also like just wait a second.
I think he said 8th rib, because even I have that 8th rib, house 8 surgery.
8th rib will not come in the 8th house. 8th rib will come in the 4th
But
house.
like surgery, because he had the surgery, the biopsy, which is house 8, would that also mean 8th rib, sir?
Like first I consider the Udayam Lord basically Mercury, which is in eighth house,
Hmm.
and like eighth house Lord Mars is debilitated in the house of Moon,
Hmm.
and also that day I saw that Rashi exchange is also there
Hmm.
between Moon and Mars,
Hmm.
and also yeah, money issues like Snake in second,
Hmm.
and second Lord in sixth house, Venus.
Where is the second lord seated?
Second Lord Venus in sixth house.
In the nakshatra of Jupiter.
Yes.
See, 1 minute, I'll just give you a little hint before you go ahead. First, now identify the correct houses and the planets. So when he's talking about something in the rib area, I should immediately go to this place, which is the 4th house. Okay, that is first thing. Second thing, where this fellow has gone and sat, वो बाद में आएगा, but basically this 4th house is the thing. Second thing is you have to see whether surgery है, तो you have to see the 8th house. Okay, now these two are the things. Now this is the 4th lord of rib area, which is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter has gone and sat here in the 9th house of Bhagya. Okay, in the nakshatra of Mars, which is the 8th lord of surgery. So 4th lord of ribs seated in the Bhagya of the native in the nakshatra of 8th lord of surgery. Okay, so it is trying to say that the 4th house or basically ribs are connected to surgery. Barabar? That is point number 1. Second thing, you see the surgery ka thing. So surgery is what? 8th house. The Udayam Lord has gone and sat in the 8th house. Correct? And it is moving towards the Badhak house also, where it is going to get debilitated. And the Udayam Lord is in the nakshatra of the Bhagya of the thing, surgery, where all this thing is seated. The chest area, whatever, the ribs area is seated over there, surgery is seated over there, Bhagya of the native is seated over there. So that is basically that Udayam Lord is seated in the house of surgery, and it is going towards its debilitation. Now the only saving point over here, if you see properly, is Mercury, which is the Udayam Lord, is getting debilitated. So it's not a very good sign. But Venus, which is the Bhagya of this fellow, when he is basically moving, it won't move along with it, but basically it is exalted over here, no? Venus. So that means that nothing fatal will happen, but this could mean some sort of a, let's call it in very crude words, handicap for that person, something. Okay. So basically you have to see when he says chest, immediately look here. This what is it called? This house. Where has the dispositor gone? Dispositor has gone and sat here in the 9th house. 9th house relates to what? Bhagya. It is seated in the nakshatra of surgery, and it is also going towards Kavipu. Now Kavipu is in the nakshatra of moon. That's why all this data you need to feed in first. It is in the nakshatra of moon. In this house, who is seated? The surgery ka dispositor is seated here, debilitated. In the nakshatra of Saturn, Saturn is what? The 6th lord of rogue. In this 6th lord of rogue, Venus and Jupiter is seated. What is Venus and Jupiter? Venus is the Bhagya of this person, and Jupiter is the ribs. Bhagya of the ribs is in this house. It's a little complicated thing, but what I'm trying to tell you is, before you start analyzing, if you see, I put up all these things and then I start analyzing. So that is the process which you need to sort of use, or that's how I use. Whether you want to do something better, that is fine. But you have to identify these points and then see how they move, and then it will go on. So if you see now this Venus, which is this entire Bhagya of this person, where this uh, where this basically ribs and surgery is coming to play. This one is here in the house of rogue. Now, Sankalp Kada.
Sir, also 8 from 8th is 4th, right?
8 from 8 is third.
8 from 8th. It is.
8, no, 1, 8 from 8 will be 7 and 8. No?
Okay, okay, okay. I thought it is that way. Okay.
No. Fourth is the 10th from 7th will be fourth, but that we don't use here. So basically, this report which he is awaiting has got this debilitated moon, which is his 11th lord, where the surgery is looking weak. So there is one strong possibility which we need to find out. This report is saying that surgery is not required because moon, which is the 11th lord, where the surgery is seated debilitated, is in the nakshatra of Mercury, which is again the Udayam lord. Are you understanding this, what I'm saying? So it is a little tricky case, but all along, so first of all, let us see what the Udayam Lord is doing. So Udayam Lord is seated in the house of surgery and he is moving towards his debilitation point, which also becomes a Badak. So basically, I think that he is going to refuse the surgery. Okay? He is going to refuse the surgery because from him the seventh becomes the doctor. From the Udayam, the seventh is the opposite person who is the doctor. And if Mercury, which is Udayam, in the nakshatra of Venus, which is his second lord of speech, is moving towards debilitation, in 13 to 15 days, he will say, I don't want to do the surgery. So basically what is happening, the lord of surgery is getting debilitated, but there is an exchange over here, if you can see. This Parivartan is what? Parivartan is basically his effort, third, this thing, ka lord, is changing with the surgery ka lord. So that is what, this is what is coming to my mind. Now we will wait for 15 days and see.
परिवर्तन यानी ग्रह के रोल्स चेंज होना ना.
ग्रह के रोल चेंज होने के बदले कि यू आर इन माय हाउस, आई एम इन योर हाउस, तो आई कम बैक टू माय हाउस एंड यू गो बैक टू योर हाउस, लाइक दैट.
सर कुछ केसेस में ऐसा होता है ना कि सर्जरी हो जाती है, कॉन्शियसनेस आ जाती है, पर एक आध 2 रोज बाद डेथ हो जाती है. तो वो ग्रह किस कारण होता है, कौन से ग्रह के कारण होता है?
That you have to see the position of Saturn over there in 8th lord. So here if you see Saturn is in the 5th house of recovery.
रिकवरी के लिए कौन सा ग्रह अच्छा रहता है, स्ट्रॉन्ग रहता है?
ऐसा नहीं, the 8th house of surgery, that is there. So that surgery is seated in the Rashi of Moon. अभी 5th house of recovery में Saturn is seated, which is longevity.
Okay.
And Moon is basically the house in which this fellow has is got debilitated, no, the operation surgery fellow, and even Moon is debilitated. So what you are saying, that is a possibility that if the surgery happens, not surgery, but it is that recovery, it might lead to something bad because he is avoiding the surgery. It's a little complicated. I don't know whether you all are understanding what it is. Basically, the Sankalp hai.
Sir, the Hora Lord is Sun, so can we figure out from there also, like
Yeah.
position of?
So 12th Lord strong in the 12th house.
Okay, okay.
And Sun is again in the nakshatra of Sun only.
Yes.
So basically 12th Lord, if you look at it as काय Manasi? Manasi?
Yeah, I was just saying Swarashi, na? Sun in
The Sun
Nakshatra.
is strong and Sun is in its own nakshatra also,
Yeah.
Uttar Falguni. So basically 12th Lord is strong. It is trying to hint at the fact that hospital is strong. Okay, hospital is strong, you can say, or the 12th Lord of loss is strong. And basically the thing is this surgery which is there, big surgery, big illness ka surgery, where actually the Udayam Lord is seated right now. has gone to the 11th house of Ichhapurti but debilitated. So either the surgery, and it is in the nakshatra of Saturn, which is your recovery, 5th house of recovery. Can you see this? Surgery is debilitated in the nakshatra of recovery. That also can mean that the surgery might not be a success. Can you see the connection between surgery and recovery and surgery? And they are 1/7 to each other. Mars basically means surgery only, but it is also the 8th lord in this case. You remember, Mars is a knife cut. So basically, can you hear me properly? No. So basically, 8th lord, surgery ka lord, Mars, which also stands for surgery, cut, is debilitated, weak, in the nakshatra of Saturn, which is the 5th lord of recovery. So what does it mean? That the surgery might not be 100% success. And exactly opposite to it, Saturn, which is the lord of recovery, 5th lord, and even 6th lord for that matter, in the nakshatra of Moon, where all this is happening. And even Moon is seated debilitated in the report. So report is also showing weak, something wrong. So there is a complete connection between this Saturn, Moon. समझ में आ रहा है? So I have a feeling, because Mercury is Udayam and Venus is the second lord of speech, where snake is coming. Snake is what? Snake is basically सांप ना, which बाहर आता है बिल में से अंदर निकल के जाता है. So he is retracting. So house of speech, where Rahu, snake, which is retract, when he takes back his word, no, I don't want to do it, or I'll. And in Rahu is a confusion. Snake is also confusion. So his speech is going to be a confusion. This Venus in the Mercury in the house of surgery. So most probably it is that this Jupiter. See this further. This is the doctor. This is what Jupiter. Jupiter is seated in the Bhagya of the native in the nakshatra of Mars, which is the 8th lord of surgery. So Bhagya of the native, the doctor is saying surgery chahiye. But that Bhagya of surgery is going towards Kavipu, where Moon is seated, where the surgery is weak in the house of recovery, and that is connecting to Mercury, mein Udayam Lord, in his speech is going towards this thing, going debilitated. समझ में आया? This link to me tells a story that a doctor is going to suggest surgery, and this fellow is going to say no, and that is not going to be a good decision, because the recovery is coming here to the house of surgery, which is debilitated. It's slightly complicated, so in the video maybe you see 2-3 times you'll understand, but little complicated, but this link tells everything. Okay, should we take the last third case?
Sorry, with this, can we also try and pull in the career bit? Because I was also trying to link the career. If he has a change in career and finance, that might help with the health side of things also. So rubbing the smooth side of the ball.
Career se what are the points you have written?
So it's going to be tricky because I've intertwined it, but basically Mars is the nakshatra of Saturn. So Saturn is disruption, but it's also
Why Mars?
Karak of. No, I was now randomly reading because I had tried to blend it all in.
Career
Mercury,
Mercury will be career.
Mercury nakshatra of Venus. So tikade, it is like Mercury can be considered the health side of it, also a surgery side of it, but then Venus is also Lakshmi.
1 minute. 1 minute. You're on the wrong track.
Okay.
Mercury
Yeah.
is 10th lord of career.
Correct.
It is going towards the 7th house, which is 10th from 10th, which is also his career. this house is a badhak, which is an obstacle for him. Barabar? Now you take this further. Mercury, which is his 10th lord of career, is seated in Venus, which is the 12th to the career, means a change in career. So any change in career is going towards debilitation. So if he changes his career, it is going to be a badhak, which is obstacle, and it is going to be a failure because it is going debilitate, it's going to go weak. Color?
Yes, but I'll track them.
Just do this if you want. Swati understood? ऐसे करो हाँ युगा आणि हे कळलं युगा समजलं काय नाही कळलं हाँ so basically if you see it, it is a very simple this thing. This is the career, this is the change of career. Remember? So basically career in the nakshatra of change of career is seated in the 8th house first of all of obstacles. It is also seated in the big surgery and this thing. So that is going to be that obstacle. And that is moving towards its point of debilitation and also Badhak house. So career, change of career, debilitation. So change of career is not going to make some sense and it is in some way or the other getting connected to the surgery. So like what Swati said, I didn't want to say it because I don't want that to happen, but it can affect the longevity in some way. We will not.
No, actually, I was not talking about this case.
I was not talking, but I
Yeah.
मेरा दिमाग चलने लगा ना, so I started seeing it that way.
हाँ,
हाँ.
ऐसा हो गया अभी एक recent केस में कि 5 to 6 peoples were actually going through Scorpio and they were all 20, 22 elders, means years old. All were young and the speed was crashed down, means Scorpio got totally struck down. And one by one, they are all actually going to abode.
And so anyway, so that's okay. Normally I don't talk about the longevity part, but this is what it is. And even if you see here Venus, which is the Kavipu Lord, which happens to be his second thing of income, correct, is seated in Jupiter, which happens to be the Badhak Lord also. So if you're talking about the finance, second house of finance is seated in the 6th house of obstacles, rogue, rin, ripu, litigations, disputes, all that. Okay, it also happens to be the Kavipu Lord, and it is seated in Jupiter, which is the 7th Lord of whatever we discussed now, job, doctor, everything. So there's going to be a lot of expense also. पैसे का भी problem दिख रहा है उसको. Okay, should we take up the last case now? Now this came up yesterday only. Correct? So this case came up yesterday. All these cases are in the last 2-3 days only. Swati, you might remember, yeah, अपने classes भी रहते हैं. They take cases which they solved in 2004 and 2008 and all that. I don't understand. कल के cases नहीं है क्या तुम्हारे पास? You all are such busy astrologers, तो why do they take 10 years and 15 years के पीछे का case? I don't. मेरे को तो परसों का case भी दिमाग में नहीं रहते. तो 2004 का तो बिल्कुल I don't. They have great sense of memory. Anyways, so this lady had called me up. So she's actually a junior of mine from JJ, but I don't remember her well. But she is presently working in, if I'm not mistaken, it is no. She's working with an architect. She's working with an architect, and she has got a change of job ka offer. That's all that she told me. Okay. Now you tell me whether the change of job looks good or bad. So change of job will be what? 12 to the 6th. 12 to the 6th. And if you want to look at it look at that as a change and you want to look at progression to the job, it will be second to the sixth, which will be seventh. Now if you
What about
see
career?
सर 12 to 6 कौन सा हाउस होगा वो जो चेंज ऑफ जॉब लिखा आपने
ये fifth, no? 12th to the
12
sixth will be the fifth, no? ये sixth house है, ये fifth
हाँ
house
हाँ
है.
याद समझ आ गया
So change of job. So change of job, Jupiter is seated debilitated in the job ka this thing, and it is in the nakshatra of Sun, which is Udayam Lord. Jupiter is in the nakshatra of Sun. So change of job is showing debilitated in the nakshatra of Udayam Lord in the house of job. So change of job firstly is not showing good. Secondly, this job 12th this thing is here, it has moved away, just moved away from Saturn, from the Udayam, and Saturn is in the nakshatra of Venus, which is the third lord of change. Third house is also a house of change, and 10th house of career. So what it is trying to say is that third house of change, 10th house of career, change of career, Saturn is in the nakshatra of Venus. So that change of career ka nakshatra mein Saturn, which is the present job, is moving towards the 12th house of loss. Now, is there a tod to it? Tod means rectification of this. Because, so basically, if this is moving to the 12th house, should we say that moving to a company which is a foreign company or moving abroad would be good?
सर पर सबके लिए पॉसिबल नहीं होता ना एकदम से
But India में IKEA में jobs है, she can join IKEA. It's a foreign company.
Foreign company.
If she wants to do a teaching job, she is teaching in some college of architecture. I don't know. Sorry, she is not teaching. But suppose she that other girl was teaching. She is teaching some local college. She can go to Parsons College. Either Parel में Parsons करके it's a French Paris-based company college of
You
architecture.
mean an institution which is collaborating with the foreign company
IKEA में jobs रहते हैं. Many people work in IKEA. Abhi, she's an architect, so IKEA will give her she can get a job over there. Or there may be like there is a company called Samsung. Samsung में अपना TV वाला है कि वो same है क्या I don't know. But Samsung is one of the biggest construction companies. So like they have built at Burj Khalifa and all that. That is Samsung. They are contractors. So they have a big setup in Bombay. Then there is foreign like this thing is there. Foster's. Foster's is Norman Foster is one of the topmost architects in the world. Norman Foster. He has an office over here. So she can join like that something. Just now she may be working in some Haldiram architect, let us say. So that will not work for her. Something like that. So basically, if you see the change of job is seated in the present job as debilitated. And in the nakshatra of Sun, which is Udayam, so it is saying that the change of job is not showing good. So if you have to change this, what do we have to say? The loss ke badle, we have to say that it's a foreign ka thing, no? But still, the change of job is showing debilitated. So even if you put it as foreign or you talk of some change of job, it is still weak in the nakshatra of the Udayam Lord in the box of job. Sixth house is job, seva, so job. Now, if you take one step further, if this is a loss of job, this we say that moving on to some other thing. Then also, if you see the ninth lord of Bhagya, where the Udayam lord is seated over there, is a Badhak over here for this. So even if she moves on to a better job, let us say, this may be loss of a job, this you can say, or change of a job, this you can say is a better prospect. That better prospect is also showing as a Badhak. And Mars is in the nakshatra of Rahu. So that is foreign. So basically, I think a change of job is not going to be a good idea for her. You all have any other points to look at it? Ah, sir.
Sir, वो like Udayam Lord is sun only. So sun looks exalted there. Sun's position in ninth. So like how can we like calculate the bhagya of that? But it is now 12 to the career house.
That is okay. But sixth is the present job.
Yes.
From sixth it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So Sukhasthan of present job. So she is seated exalted in the this thing, Sukhasthan of the present job. बरोबर? Manasi.
Also, because we're talking just a change of job, not a full-blown change of career, do we have to focus too much on the career house?
No, that's why it's a
Because
job.
she's not going from architect to doctor or something, right?
I'm not even looking at the 10,000. I was concentrating on the 6,000.
Yeah. So we don't need to look at the career house much, right? Because she's not changing her career.
Career house you have to see, because here if you see, even from the career house, if you see, snake is seated over there. Snake is seated in the nakshatra of moon, which is the 12th lord of change, and moon is also uncertainty. So uncertainty, come change, come crisis in the house of career. Bro. And that lord of that Venus is actually coming to this. So Venus, which is the 10th lord of career, in Mars, which is the 4th lord of home, is actually coming towards her. And Saturn, which is basically this second to the job, or job in the nakshatra of Venus, which is again the career. It's a complicated thing actually.
So just stay put, stay as is. Don't change.
It will not work, because Venus, which is coming to it, is the 3rd lord of change also, and Mars is basically home. No, it is telling the opposite thing actually. See, basically what is coming to Udayam is Venus, which is the 3rd lord of change and the 10th lord of career. So that in the nakshatra of Mars, which is the 4th lord of Sukhasthan and 9th lord of Bhagya, is coming towards Udayam in the nakshatra of Venus, which is the 3rd and 10th lord. So it is trying to say that a change in job is coming her way. Now whether that is good or bad is not the thing. Can you see that this is change of a job is coming her way. This is the 3rd house, house of change. Natural 3rd house is a house of change. So change in the job is coming her way, which is basically 4th, म्हणजे Sukhasthan. And this one, basically, iska agar, whether that is good or bad, you have to see the bhagya of this. So the bhagya of this is over here. So she is seated strong, exalted. Okay. In the nakshatra of Ketu, which is cut, which is detachment. Are you getting it? Which is in the 10th or 12th to the 6th, which is the change in the career. So basically, a change in the career by going away is going to be helpful for her. बाउंसर गया समझ में आया? Has everyone understood or किसको समझ में नहीं है?
No, because I completely understood both, but then they're contradictory. You know, our first analysis was showing.
No. Now you'll understand. Saturn is the present job, 6th law. Okay. So Saturn is going towards the 12th house. So that can mean career or the job is going towards 12th house of foreign. So what is it seated in? Saturn is seated in nakshatra of Venus. Venus is what? 3rd lord of change and 10th lord of career. So change in career, a job is going to the 12th house. So it can mean a loss unless you consider 12th as foreign. And the lord of this, where it is going to, moon, is there only. So it is strong. In the nakshatra of Jupiter, which is change of job. And that is connected to snake. Snake and moon is something which changes. snake goes in and out, in and out, in and out. So moon is something which goes up and down like that. So basically that fluctuation is in the house of career. Okay, and mainly the Udayam Lord ka Bhagya, it's seated in his house of Bhagya, exalted in the nakshatra of Ketu, which is cut. So if she has a cut, that is basically detachment, that means going away, that means either a foreign company, then it will become beneficial for her. Otherwise, it doesn't look beneficial. That link has to be read. You cannot just see one point and call it a day.
And also 12th to career, which is change.
12 to career, which is change. Okay. So change in career, Ketu, means cut, detachment. Bhagya of the person is very strong in Ketu, which is cut in the 12th to the career. So change of career or foreign. Bro? Sir.
Sir, can we in this case see the Bhagya of present job to confirm?
So Bhagya of present job will be what this one. This is what Mercury. Mercury is the Kavipu Lord. Kavipu Lord, Mercury. In the nakshatra of Mercury only. And you want to see one more thing. If you look at this Saturn, if Saturn we consider as change of job, no, sorry, Jupiter. Jupiter is here only. So Bhagya of this will be this, again Mercury. So you wanted to say Bhagya of change of job, you're saying? So change of job is Jupiter, no?
Bhagya of present job, I was saying.
Bhagya of present job, sorry. So Bhagya, okay, both ways it is coming. Bhagya of present job is what this one. And change of job, so Bhagyadari Bhagya, if you want to look at it from a different angle, this is the change of job which is seated here. Uska bhi bhagya yahi hai. So present job ka bhagya if you take here, then you want to take change of job here, that is also you can look at it from that way. So change of job ka bhagya is here, present job ka bhagya is here. So present job ka bhagya, if you want to know, is this, which is Mercury, which is seated here in the Sukhasthan as Ketu, as Kavipu, and it is in the nakshatra of Mercury itself, which is the Kavipu Lord. So change of or a present job, Bhagya in the home is acting like a deterrent. बरोबर?
चेंज ऑफ जॉब का भाग्य जो है वो सेकंड हाउस फ्रॉम उद्यम कहलाएगा ना.
नहीं, change of job का thing will be here. No, this is the 9th house. So this is seated strong in the Bhagya.
9th हाउस.
This is change of job. This is job. This is change of job. Change of job का 9th house from there becomes this house.
हाँ, और प्रेजेंट जॉब का 9th हाउस 11th हाउस हो जाएगा वर्ग.
वर्ग नहीं ये. This is this change of house. This is 1. This is 12, 11, 10, 9. So this is the Bhagya of the house. No? ये 11 लिखा, ये मैंने नहीं लिखा. This is
सॉरी.
So ये basically this is the Bhagya of the change of job. This one is seated exalted in the natural Bhagya of the Udayam, in the nakshatra of Ketu, which is a cut. So that itself is saying change of job will work if she detaches from the homeland. Because uske homeland mein the 2nd and 11th lord, 11th is 6th from 6, so it is a bhavat bhavam of the job. 2nd is also income and all that thing. So both of that is seated like a Kavipu lord in the 4th house of home. Are you getting it? Home. So that can be one problem over there. And home, which is the 4th lord, is also the Badak lord, seated in the 7th. 7th is again career, 10th from 10th. And that Mars, which is the lord of this, is in the nakshatra of Rahu, which is a disruptor. You don't want it to be a disruptor, change the Karatattva of Rahu, it is foreign again. हाँ क्या सर?
सर सर जैसे प्रेजेंट जॉब मान लीजिए अच्छा है, चेंज ऑफ जॉब भी अच्छा है, मान लीजिए कि चेंज अच्छा रहेगा, पर कई बार चेंज उस मोमेंट पे अच्छा रहता है, बाद में हम जब कंपनी ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं तो उसकी जर्नी अच्छी नहीं होती है। तो नेक्स्ट जॉब की जर्नी देखने के लिए कौन सा भाव देखेंगे?
So that is the भाग्य of the change of job में चेंज जॉब करने के बाद में का भाग्य क्या है उसका?
ओके, यही रहेगा 9th हाउस, ठीक है।
So what I'm coming to is now, I'll just stop sharing now. Basically, what I'm trying to get across over here is that we have to see the chart from various angles and start connecting the dots. If you have understood what we are doing over here, to get to the base of it, we are not just saying what is coming to the Udayam and what Kavipu is catching. We are looking at a lot of things. See, basically, kaise hai ki it is like, let me give you a simple example then you understand. Let us say there is a house and there is an owner. Let us say ये house and ये owner है. Okay. Now, this owner has gone and sat somewhere else because Jamakol mein, if a Jama planet is here, then this fellow cannot be here. Two planets, unless it is the owner sitting in a own house, ठीक है. But just presume that this is some house, and Iska Lord has obviously gone somewhere else, and somebody has come here. So ये जो इधर house में बैठा है, that is going to affect this house. That is point one. But this house का maintenance and all the other thing is with the boss who's going and sitting over there. अभी वो उधर जाके फटेला रहेगा तो ये हाउस खराब रहेगा, तो हाउस खराब रहेगा तो इसके ऊपर का परिणाम खराब रहेगा. Are you understand what I'm saying? So basically the owner of the house का status or his basically position also needs to be seen in connection with this. So basically if this fellow is going and sitting in his house and ये उधर जाके bankrupt हो गया है, he will not do anything for this house. This house will be in shambles and this fellow will be in a mess. So if the Udam Lord, let us say, has come to the house of surgery, so we can say that okay, surgery is expected for this guy. Now this surgery अच्छा होगा कि बुरा होगा will depend on इसका owner जाके किधर बैठा है और क्या कर रहा है. ये जाके debilitated हो गया, या it is seated in the nakshatra of the 12th lord of loss maybe, or whatever. So then this surgery is going to go bad. If this surgery is going to go bad, the bhagya of this thing, this fellow is going to go bad. This fellow is going to go bad, this fellow is bad. This is how you need to analyze. This is totally unconventional. It is not a regular method. So if you read books or if you see some videos, this might not come out, but this is what is helping me. So I am trying to tell you to research on that further. Chalo, anything else or we can wrap up otherwise? Okay?
वो कीज वाला केस देख सकते हैं क्या?
चलो, Swati can tell the background till I open the case. Swati, case बोल दो. Swati, tell them the case, then I will open.
Actually, one of the room keys were lost, and the keys were not able to track down for 2 days. And the person who has kept na, the owner of the keys was getting too much panic. So I connected sir for that, and we actually talked to her, and we eventually found the keys within 5 minutes.
Yeah, 11:23 yesterday. She had called. That time I cast the chart. So basically, let us see what you are getting. I have highlighted all the points. So try to analyze it. Otherwise, I'll help you.
I just wanted to brief. These are the keys of a room which were lost by error. And the person was thinking that it's been taken by her daughter in law. Okay?
Okay, I'll help you. See, there are lots of alteration. Some people say sixth house is the lost object. Some people say eighth house is the lost object. Some people say Udayam is the lost object. Some people say 12th house is the lost object. I normally consider the 12th house as lost because 12th house is something which is getting detached. So if something you cannot find, then it becomes detached from that person. No? Now this object, if it goes and it goes in the sixth house, the sixth house is of known enemies. Now it will be stolen. Eighth house is gupt places. That means it is somewhere lost. You understood the logic which I am using? See, many people say sixth house is lost object. Many people say eighth house is lost object. I don't think anyone keeps 12th house, but my logic is 12th house I consider because it is detached from that person. Those keys were detached from the person. अभी डिटैच हो गया, चोरी हो गया कि गुम हो गया, वो कैसे? तो ये if this fellow goes and sits in the sixth house is what rogue in रिपू म्हणजे known enemies. known enemies म्हणजे क्या? चोर, कि उसको मालूम है कि ये चाबी इधर है तो उसने वो चुरा लिया. So that would be this. If this goes and sits in the eighth house is what? गुप्त, बरोबर ना? eighth house is hidden, गुप्त. So गुप्त म्हणजे क्या? It is lost somewhere. It is hidden somewhere. It is lost. So lost can mean to whatever extent. Lost म्हणजे पलंग के नीचे है, that is lost. या गटर में बह गया, that is also lost. You don't know. Now this lost object has gone and sat in the seventh house. What does that mean? Seventh house is somebody you know, na? Somebody whom you are interacting.
Opposite.
No, I mean somebody whom you are interacting. Just now you are interacting with me. I am your seventh house. Tomorrow you go and talk to a sabji wala is the seventh house. You are married to your spouse is also. So whatever. So it is somebody who's connected to that lady who's asking the question. Okay. Now the thing is, this 12th house is seated in the 7th. Venus, Ketu. So what this came to my mind is 12th is something which is detached. Venus is a girl. Ketu is again detached and it is in the 7th house of marriage. So I said it looks like some single girl is involved in this. Involved doesn't mean she's a chore, involved. So single girl can mean either she's unmarried or she is separated. Barabar? Venus is. So that came here. This, if you remember, I told you east. I told you east, south, west, north. East, south, west, north. East, south, west, north. So east में कुछ तो भी है. And basically this Udayam Lord के 8th house में it has gone and sat in the 8th house of वो Hora Lord भी वो है. So 8th Lord is also in a way bedroom, bed. Okay. And snake in Mercury is coming towards this. So basically what is snake? Snake is, always remember when you see snake, remember how it comes out of that bill. Bill म्हणजे क्या? Snake का जो घर रहता है उसको bill बोलता है. I don't know what you call in English. So it comes out and goes in, comes out and goes in. Na? So basically snake also talks about something which is retracted or something which is hidden or something like a bill, म्हणजे deep inside like that. So basically something in the bill is coming to the fellow in the 4th house of home. By the way, Venus is also considered bedroom in Vastu. So,
Sorry, why 4th house of home?
huh?
Why 4th house of home, you said? Snake.
Bedroom.
Mercury, no? Mercury is the 4th lord. No? So
Yeah.
snake means something big, means something which is inside, laplela. In the nakshatra of Mercury, which is the 4th lord of home, is coming towards the Udayam in Rahu. Rahu is also something which is hidden, like how we say hidden agenda. So like that hidden. So basically, I told her that something related to Venus seated here 8th house. So some girl who's a single girl, ka bed or bed area, most probably some gupt place, that thing is hidden over there in the east. And actually I think in 5 minutes time only Swati called up to say, and that lady only spoke. She said that we went to the east, there her daughter was there, who was some 20 to 23 year old, obviously unmarried girl. Uska bed.
No.
No, the room where she was residing with the husband, na, the daughter-in-law, she is 22 years old. But the lady younger means real daughter is about 10 years.
हाँ
And she has kept in her bedroom.
हाँ, that's what, no.
The place were actually different. The keys were of different rooms and they went to the bedroom of their own. That was the case.
मैं छोटी वाली को मिला ना, the one unmarried girl.
हाँ हाँ, ऐसा मान लीजिए जैसे कि आपकी कीज जो है वो आपके रूम की जो कीज है वो घूमी और वो आप मानसी दी के रूम में कोई ले गया, छोटी लड़की, और उनके बेडरूम से निकली वो,
Correct.
ऐसा हुआ.
That is what I'm saying. So basically, it's an unmarried girl who finally found the keys.
हाँ
So in the bed, वो बेड के कुछ पीछे था ना, अंदर कुछ गिरा था, something like that, right? In the
दीदी ने निकाला वो उन, यानी मानसी दी, मान लीजिए मानसी दीदी ने अपनी डॉटर यानी खुद के बेडरूम में निकाला, पर मानसी दी की डॉटर ने बाय चांस उसको वहां रख दिया, ऐसा था.
and it was in the east of the house, बरोबर?
एग्जैक्टली.
Right. So something like that. So this was another case. So normally lost and found में मेरे कभी भी सक्सेस रेट नहीं रहते.
यानी ऐसा हुआ कि उन्होंने बस बेड को पुल किया और वो कीज वहां से ड्रॉप आउट हो गई.
So that is what ना going into the bill. ना?
हाँ, वो स्नेक की जो आपने प्रॉपर्टी बताई.
So basically it was the room keys of her daughter-in-law and son.
एग्जैक्टली.
The room of that younger daughter.
यस.
By whom that younger daughter only had kept it by mistake. Yeah?
वो जी,
The younger daughter had kept it in her bedroom.
दैट हाँ, दैट्स द पॉइंट. हर नेम इज अनु.
तो उसने क्या by mistake रखा था इसे?
हाँ, बाय मिस्टेक ले गई वो वहां पे.
हाँ, okay.
Also, just out of curiosity, is that little girl their second child or something?
Yeah, so
She is younger sister. They are two siblings, but the girl is elder to her brother. The brother is approx, I think, 4 to 5 years,
when you
and
शादी
she
शुदा
is approx 8 to 10 years.
एक मिनट, पूरे सब रिलेशन में कंफ्यूजन हो गया अभी. One is the matron.
जी,
वो जो शादीशुदा हस्बैंड वाइफ है वो किसके बेटे हैं?
वो जो है ना, जो लेडी है ना सर, जो मेन आपसे जिनसे बात करी थी ना कल, जिनने, उनकी वो भानुज बहू है वो, जो आई हुई थी घर में और वो दूसरे रूम में रिसाइड कर रही थी और वो उसी रूम की चाबी थी. पर क्या हुआ, अन्नू ने वो वाले रूम की चाबी अपने रूम में ले गई, वहां खेल रही होगी और उन्होंने अपनी मदर के बेड के पीछे डाल दी, ऐसा हुआ. इट्स मोर लाइक, अभी आप ऐसे समझे कि मानसी दी की कोई रिलेटिव आपके घर आई, आपके रूम की चाबी उठाई, दी अपने घर पे गए, वहां पे इन्होंने अपने बेडरूम के पीछे वो चाबी डाल दी.
Okay, okay, ठीक. Understood everyone? Okay. So this was what it was. So anyway, so what we'll do is we'll wrap up now. Next, what I'll do is now, from now on, I will send you a cases, okay, without the actual inferences. So it will basically look like, I'll tell you how it look, or I'll share it just now so you'll understand. There will be the main chart in front. That is how the PDF becomes from the software. रहेगा. उसके नीचे you will have all the nakshatras of the planets. And to the left but lower will be the Arudam Kavipul Udaya. So what I normally do is I detach this thing, and I detach this thing, and then I compose it together. That's what you see in my chart. But which I will give you will have some more data in it. बाकी का use नहीं करो. Use the main chart. उसके now you are seeing it ulta. So actually if you see it like this, म्हणजे if this is the chart, इसके right bottom पे you will see the, you will get to see that the nakshatras are there. Left bottom नीचे थोड़ा सा is the Arudam Kavipu Udayam. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give you the colored chart or whatever I prepared now. From now I will be giving you the data only. I want you to actually draw out the chart, put the planets over there, put whatever data you want from whichever nakshatras you want, put the Kavipu Udayam Arudamo there, do the entire analysis. Like if you remember when I go to Sydney, how I send you on that sheet of paper. वैसे वो हिसाब से करो, use a 4-color pen and use different colors and do that. Because नहीं तो now you all are at a point where you all are understanding the analysis. Now unless you actually do it personally, it will not happen. And however मत करो, लिखो, because even I have realized there are so many points which suddenly come up, and if you don't make a note over there, फिर वो दिमाग में नहीं रहते. So I'll keep sending you live cases as they come, and then we'll take it from there. Chalo, bye.